Right, take a look at this, and this, and this, 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 and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. Okay, that's enough of that. You get the idea. This is a box of hardware, all titanium. I didn't even show you all of it, just a selection. There must be, I don't know, $1,000, $1,500 worth of hardware in here. There's machine screws, posts, washers, spring washers, all titanium, all, I think it's grade 5 actually. Might even be grade 5 titanium. It is grade 5 titanium. No wonder it costs so much. So I'm probably going to use some of this stuff. These pretty cool anodized blue titanium screws for some of the jet engine project. I'm pretty much this close for the final design for mounting the turbine to the skateboard. Now I know you're probably absolutely sick of me talking about it and not actually getting anything done, but like I've said before, and I'll say it again, most of the work comes in thinking and how to go about it, and once I've got it in my head, you know, I can just go and make it, you know, design the DXF files, which is the 2D CAD files I use to cut with the water jet cutter, and then cut it, grind it, tumble it, bolt it together, and yeah, it's pretty easy. The tough part is figuring out an elegant way and practical and functional way to put the turbine on the skateboard. So what I will also likely be doing is using some of this. This is grade 5 titanium square bar. It's so light, like I know if that was stainless steel or whatever, that would just be so heavy. I'm still surprised at how light titanium is actually. So this will be part of what I'll be using for the mount. I'll also be using flat sheet as well. I don't have any flat sheet here, it's all in the new workshop with the water jet cutter. No point having it here. So even though I don't have a CNC milling machine, which would be like the ultimate tool right now to have for this project, I think just with the flat sheet, this square bar, and these sort of titanium hardware components, that should pretty much do it. Like I think I can do it. I've also got a grinder over there to sort of smooth off the titanium, and then I've got this tumbler and this tumbler that I can use to, you know, make it nicer, make it smoother around the corners, that kind of thing. So I'm hoping this week will be the week that I get it all cut. I mentioned earlier these components being grade 5 titanium as opposed to grade 2. I am fairly familiar with titanium, but I know a lot of people are not. While I don't claim to know a huge amount about, you know, the chemical structure and all that. In fact, you know what, I don't know anything about the chemical structure. I just know the differences between some of the grades, and I'll share that with you now. So while I definitely won't admit that I understand chemical structure of titanium and the various alloys and things like that, I know what I need to know to sort of bend it to my will and do things with it that others can only dream of. So I'll just cover quickly the difference between the grades. You have grade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think up to 9 is quite common, but I think you have like a whole load of other grades. The one that's quite different to the rest for the most part is grade 5. Grades 1, 2, 3, they're typically called, I think, commercially pure, and that's basically just titanium, that's all that's in it. Whereas grade 5, which is often called 6A L4V, that has 2 other components to it, and that is the 6AL and the 4V. So grade 5 titanium has 6% aluminium and 4% vanadium. I have no idea what vanadium is, I just know that that's the number. And what this does is it gives it a really impressive strength and a type of strength. I don't know if I'm using the correct terms, but it gives it elasticity. What does that mean? I'll get to that in a minute. Just going back to grades sort of 1, 2, 3, those kind of commercially pure grades, they are just like, it's titanium, but it's not that strong. Like, I'll give you an example. Right, so This here is not titanium in any way, it's just something I bought at a shop. But let's say this was grade 2 or grade 3 or grade 1. You bend it and it will bend like that. Grade 1, 2, 3 titanium, commercially pure titanium will bend like that. So those commercially pure grades of titanium, that's the kind of stuff that gets put in your teeth, in your body, in your bones, in your shoulder joints. So if you have surgery to have titanium put in you, pins, whatever, it's usually that, because it's pure. It's like a metal that is impossible to be allergic to. It's quite amazing stuff. So that's why they use that. Now grade 5, wait there. So grade 5, so this is grade 5. I know this because I cut this myself. I think it was like a wallet design from a long time ago. This here, now I'm not sure, I bought this from America years ago, a couple of years ago. It's apparently you put it onto a knife, it's a pocket clip, and I think it's grade 2 titanium, I'm not sure, let's see. So if we bend that, that's already bent like that, if we bend that, definitely grade 2. Definitely grade 2, it's light enough, and it, so that's what happens with that. Grade 5, this is where it gets interesting. So I go like that. You see the bend I'm putting on that? Back again. Other way. It just springs back. One more thing. You've probably seen this before. This is my hang key pocket clip. It's a dangler. And what that is basically you hang your keys on it. It hangs onto the edge of your pocket or bag or whatever and suspends your set of keys so you don't make a hole in your pocket or scratch your phone or whatever. I carry mine every day. I get asked every so often to make this in brass or copper or anything like that. And it's not possible because, you look at this, so if I put that in there, you see how much I can open that? Really sort of rip that open. And it goes back, like, that's getting close to using all my strength for that. And it just goes back. That could not be done with any other metal as far as I'm aware. This design has to be made out of grade 5 titanium. It's not just a design, this is a design that utilizes the properties of grade 5 titanium. If this was grade 2, I could bend this all the way around and possibly snap it, but grade 5, no, you use all your strength and yeah. So that's today's lesson in titanium. So right now I really need to start thinking about the wiring for the jet powered skateboard. We've got a battery, receiver, screen. Don't need to put the screen on, so ignore the screen. Can't remember what that thing's called, the brains of it. GSU maybe? No. The ECU. Now this battery pack will be changed for one, probably the similar size, but basically another battery pack. And then we've got all these wires as well, and then I've also got the pump, so we'll ignore that for right now. So I've got to figure out a way to neatly pack all this stuff onto the board. One thing I thought of was this thing. Now this thing here is a prototype I made about 3 years ago, 2-3 years ago. This is, or was, a very, very crude playing card holder. It's all titanium, all grade 5 titanium no less. So it actually worked quite well, it's just a bit hideous and ugly. But you get the idea with it. So something like this, I'm thinking, if it's rainy or if there's water on the ground, that jet powered skateboard is not going to be going outside. So I don't think I need to make it waterproof. I think, you know, as long as it's, you know, something like this, but a bit bigger and a bit more suitable, I can sort of pack everything in it and just clamp it to the board, you know, bolt it or whatever, cable tie, I'm not sure, probably not a cable tie, but bolt it onto the side of the board somehow, you know, maybe some wiring on the left. See, in fact, possibly, you know, something like 2 of these, so I could have one on the right and one on the left, just, you know, You know, could put one battery here in the receiver here and then the ECU and the other battery here. That kind of thing. I'm not quite sure, but welcome to hear your thoughts though. Right, back at the house. Got this morning. It's really not that exciting. Labels. I ran out of these yesterday. Still had 200 labels left to print for the titanium tweezers project. So there's been another screw up, completely out of the ribbon that goes with the labels. So I remember to get labels, but not the ribbon. Unbelievable. I know someone who's got one, so I'm going to go there, borrow that one, grab that one, and then keep going. Right, that is me done for today. I have a fantastic quote for you. It's not related to today's stuff, but it's related to, you know, just amusing. I've been doing about life recently, sort of philosophizing, strategizing, that kind of thing. It's by Will Rogers, and he said, "Don't let yesterday take up too much of today."